All right, today is September 25th, 2022, and finally got my engine back from the rebuilders. So what they end up doing on previous videos, I got new seats installed in the heads, and the machinist screwed up on my head, and I had to track down an original head with the same cast number. The date's a little off, but that's original GM head with the same cast number, and so I got that fixed. I have the old head still right here. So that's the original head, and what they did was so you can see. So I got new seats installed here and here, and on the very last one here, he went too deep and got into the water chamber right there. So we contemplated whether we should fix it or get another head. So I decided to get another head at the final decision, because who knows if that repair would work. But either way, so both these heads have seats in them, and then the crank, the bearings, the main bearings, the crank were toast. I don't know how that happened, but the engine was redone back in the. Now I found out through my brother. It was redone in the early 90s, and then when whoever rebuilt the engine really messed it up, and then I'm not too sure what they did, but I think they they didn't hone the crank out or anything, and you can tell how much wear there is on these bearings. I'm surprised that it ran. So you can see the wear. That should not happen. I mean, it only had maybe an extra, maybe 20,000 miles on it or so after it was rebuilt. It wasn't driven that much, but I'm too sure what happened or what they did, but it got pretty messed up. And then so here's the oil pump. So we replaced the oil pump. I'm not too sure if this is the original one. I doubt it very much, but I'll look the part numbers up. Little timing chain, and a bunch of original bolts that are in there. Here's the old gear. So I think it was back in 80s. I guess they had not the plastic gears, but the polycarbonate or whatever it is that they had. Teeth completely worn out. So this was a GM replacement. I don't know, maybe, like I said, I think it was in the early 80s when that timing chain had to get replaced in the gears. So today I am going to pull the engine, of course, out of the truck, and then put it back on the stand until I'm ready to install it. So I just got this little hand crank, an old school Ford. Was it 1 ton? 1 ton crank. It's worked wonders for me the past couple times. So I'll back the truck up. I'm gonna pause it for now and then back the truck up and get this thing unloaded. All right, it's home. So recap. It was, I can't remember which head it was now. I think it was driver's side that is not original, but is the original cast number, and it has, I believe, a March '68 date on it. Of course, my Camaro is an early Camaro. It's a November '67 for manufactured dates. But I scuffed up a little bit with the chains, so that's all right. I can repaint this stuff. But it's done, and then also it has a new crank. Because the crank was pretty much ruined from the bearings, so he couldn't hone down the crank anymore because of the severe wear that was on it. So he did have a good new crank in it, but it is a original large journal for 320 to 327. So I did not upgrade to a 350. So it's a 327 crank, large journal. And that's pretty much it. The pistons are original, but he did it on the rings, on the bearings. Everything else is new. And what else? I'll take some pictures of some numbers that I haven't seen before because of all the grime grossness that's been on this for a while. But yeah, that is it. So car's still at paint. They're doing some touch-up stuff. There's my tranny. So I gotta replace the seals on it. It's been sitting so long. It doesn't need a rebuild, but I'll refresh the oil and replace a couple seals and get this thing cleaned up. And then attach it to the engine along with my ball housing and the flywheel and the clutch and everything else needs to get cleaned up. And then I may put the engine in next couple of months. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so this is where I'm at for today. Car again is still at the painters. Hopefully I'll get it by the end of next week.